Hello, hello. Hello. Alright, there we go. It's working. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Rock Boys Tier 2. Round 11 at Portugal. We're getting ready. Perfectly on time. Round 11 of the season. DPT Paul is leading the championship by 32 points over Wardy. Is he going to extend that late today, or is it going to be someone else winning? About to find out. This qualifying is underway. Looking pretty overcast. Is there rain incoming? Today in the Tier 1 race we had rain at the end of the race. 7 laps. Race things up. Yes sir, on comes. See if Paul's gonna win again. Andy for the win is not going for the win at the moment because he's retired from the session. Safety car lap 7. It's optimistic. Got Duck on Quack on his out lap. He's the first one out in the McLaren. Uriel Germ also out in the Haas, and more cars exiting the pit lane. I'm not sure what the time yesterday was. High 15.7. The mid 16s probably tonight. Low to mid 16s. And it looks to be a wet race. So it's going to be very interesting. Wet race around Portugal. Duck on Quack starts his lap. Let's see if he can keep it within the lines into turn 1. It's a very difficult corner. He can easily run wide there as well if you hit the curbstone on the inside, but the is keeping it nice and clean at the moment. 122.2 with the first banker of the night. Famous turn 8 uphill corner, very difficult to get on traction. You can even lose it mid corner. This track is a real roller coaster. Down the hill once again. Going up again. There's sector 3. This turn is going to be difficult as well in the wet. Accelerating out of turn, I don't know, ultimate turn. Gonna be difficult. Anyways, first time on the board is gonna be a 1:18.18. Now Material Germ goes faster by 0.6 of a second to a 75. The middle sector as well. Zimniak to P2 on the mediums. The final corner. Primus Storm is retired from the session. And to the top he goes with 1:17.0. The times are dropping very fast already. Already nearly into the 1:16s. Alpha Hardware goes to the top with a 1:17.0 as well. As we see Deep Paul starting his lap as well. Purple to the first sector. Championship leader. Going for pole once again. 15.6 yesterday, yeah. I'm not gonna see that today, but let's see if we can get it to the low 16s. That will be... Raiden goes to P2 and it's so incredibly tight already at the top. 3 cars in the 17 zeros. Dead to P4, 17.1 in the Ferrari. Paul coming around the final 2 corners, flat out to the finish. And is it going to be a 1:16? It sure is, with 1:16.8, the first driver to get into the 1:16s. Not a surprise from a championship leader. As his championship rival, Wardy is in P3 with another 17.0. 4 drivers in the 70 zeros. Drivers setting their laps, others failing to do so. Now with Deep Paul on provisional pole position after the first run with Alpha Hype Wall in P2 ahead of Iwardy and Raiden, Bob and F1 7 Dead. And it's a bit of a gap to his teammate Madman in P7 behind. Germ already going out for his second run. The only one right now who's on a lap. And the driver behind him, Josh Boschman, is going out as well in the Alpine 12th in the championship with 21 points. 10th in the championship. And he's going to start his lap once again to try and improve. He's got a bit of time to get into the top 6, but P7 is certainly possible. He opens the DRS on the main straight. The turn 1. Getting very close to the track limits. Now up the hill of turn 3, very difficult acceleration zone. Is it going to be an improvement in the first sector? Yes it is, by 3/4 of a tenth. That would put him into P7 at the moment. See if he can continue it throughout the lap. Slide coming out of turn 8. Uphill section. Now through the middle sector. And he's lost 1/1000th of a second through the middle sector. Quite impressive, honestly. Item as well, starting his lap. And he's gone, I don't think he's gone purple, but he's improving by 0.2 of a second in the first sector. That's a very good improvement as Material Germ is going back into the pit lane. So surely messed up something in the final sector. His lap. 7 dead. A lap as well. Up on his time would, well, it could be P5, but it could be P2 as well. It's so incredibly close at the top, but he is going in as well. As a Boschman, it says purple. Improved by 0.8 if to beat TPT Paul's time. Quite impressive, but we'll see as he comes around the penultimate corner. Currently on a 1:17.6 and he's gonna go to a 16.9 and that's P2 from Josh Mosman. 0.6 improvement, that's a very nice lap. And it's put him on the front row at the moment. Who else is on a lap? Rip Brennan. Yet to set a lap time, is down in P18, but that is very much going to change. Across the line with a 1:17.5 to put him in P10. And Cannon has invalidated their lap. Still yet to set a lap time. Not going to happen on this lap yet. She drives onto the grass on the main straight. I'm not sure if that was planned. Within the white lines in turn 1. Difficult. Imniak on a lap as well. He set his first lap time on the mediums. He's now replaced those medium for a set of softs. Is improving by a bit in the first sector. Ward is on a lap as well, improving by 0.2 of a second. So it's going to be very close with TPT Paul championship rifle. Coming to the final corner. Flat out to the line, is it going to be enough to challenge TPT Paul for provisional pole position? Across the line, and it is 16.7, and it is provisional pole position. By just over 0.5 of a second. But Wardy puts it on provisional pole position ahead of his rival. But I'm sure TPT Paul is some time to find as well. Pass of SA24 on a lap as well, improving by 0.6 in the middle sector. Saying purple, but I'm not sure if I should believe that. It's, sometimes it's incorrect. But a 0.6 improvement, it will put him in the top 10. See if he manages to pull it throughout the final sector. Moment in P14, and it's gonna go to P8. Splitting the two Ferraris, and ahead of his teammate as well. Ferrari's now out on a lap as well. Batman goes around to P3 with a 1:16.9 into the 1:16s. Well done there to put his Ferrari on the second row. A huge improvement. Driver 14th in the championship. Is looking to make some gains tonight. His teammate is starting his lap as well. See if he can do the same. That, 4th in the championship. It's improved by 9 thousandths of a second into the first sector. That's not going to get you very far at the moment, but I'm sure you'll have to find some time in the middle sector as well. Down the hill in sector 2. There we go, 2 tenths up on his time. Looking to go into the 1:16s as well. Can he put it ahead of his teammate, or can he even put it in the front? Whoa! If he finds some time in the final sector as well. His teammate's retired from the session and he's going to the pit lane. He is going into the pit lane, so he's not going to finish the lap. There's more time to find on another set of softs. There's only 3 minutes remaining in the session. So it was either going to be that lap or a new lap on softs, and he's chosen the latter as Alpha Hype Well puts it in P3 with a 1:16.8. Good effort from the Mercedes driver. So our frame has started his lap as well, still yet to set a lap time in the Red Bull. It is already out. Two championship protagonists have already gone out on their out lap. Paul is about to start his lap. He only got a bit of time to find, only half a 10 to be honest, but I'm sure he can find some more. But let's see what he can do into turn 1. Sure to not run wide, and he's done exactly that. Braking turn 3, and now the uphill section, the acceleration zone. Very difficult to get right. Opening the gears for the second section, and it's 400ths up on his time. Purple first sector for championship leader. Now in the middle sector. Is there more time to find? Yes, there is 3 tenths up on his time. He's looking to go for a mid 1:16 at the moment. I already started this lap as well. Look at this time in a minute. There's a bit of a moment coming out of the penultimate corner, but I'm sure it's still going to be enough for the first time. No improvement for Wardy in sector 1. Deep the ball across the line with a 1:16.599. And that's the target for Wardy to beat. Needs to find 1.5 tenths. At the moment he's not improving. The middle sector he is improving 1.5 tenths up, but this time this is going to be incredibly close between the two championship protagonists. If he finds just a few hundredths in the final sector, but he's at a bit of a moment in the final sector. This could be insanely close, but he's fighting the car throughout the final sector. 1.5 tenths needs to be found. What can he do in the final sector? He's at the moment P2. Can he go for pole position? No, he misses out by 8/100ths of a second to Deputy Paul, who is on provisional pole position, but I think it will be pole position. Don't think anyone else is matching his times. Goes then Baron of Duck and Quack into the pit lane. Zimniak in P13 at the moment. Cross the line to P5 there for the Mercedes driver. And Rip Brennan goes to P12 in the Aston Martin. Oh, and Raiden in the Williams has gone to P3. Very well done there. White with the top two. Teammate into the pit lane. F17 Dad is playing in the gravel. And Stan Cannon goes to P10 with her only lap of the session. Decent effort then, but it's DPT Paul on pole position in Portugal. Championship leader once again finds himself in P1. His rival Iwardy is in P2 ahead of Raiden and Alpha Hype Wall. Followed by Madman and Zimniak in P5 and P6. Josh Washman finds himself in P7, the last driver to be in the 1/16th. Ahead of Sly DJ in the other Williams. See the full results in a minute. There we go, and it's very, very close throughout the entire field. Up in P9, only if, well, not even 9 thousandths ahead of 10 Cannon in P10. A few hundreds to 7 Dead in the halves of SA24. And then it's a few tenths to Rip Brennan, Material Germ. Bigger cap to Duck on Quack, Carnotaur, SR Frame, and Near Deep Psycho in P18. And for the win, and Primus Storm did not set a lap time. That's qualifying over. We're gonna head to the race, and I heard it's gonna be a wet race. It's gonna be completely different to these conditions. Some drivers have opted for a wet setup. At the moment, it's doesn't look to be raining. Oh, it is. It is raining very much, but is it going to be intermediate conditions, or are they going to start on slicks? It is very much raining. Not sure if it's going to be raining throughout the entire race. It's going to dry up at the end, but find out. Wait for the start of round 11 of the season. And drivers are starting on the slicks. On my screen it's definitely raining, but so is it raining and they're starting on slicks? Because that's gonna cause some chaos. That's gonna be insane. It's not raining very lightly as well. So it's gonna be slicks on a wet track. You're gonna want to see this start of the race. What's it, IRL? 2020 Portuguese Grand Prix? I think it had similar conditions with slicks and wet conditions. Pouring it down at the moment. Has to be intermediate conditions. Oh, good luck to everyone. Good luck in surviving. This is going to be very interesting. The game is really putting these tier 2 drivers to the test. Probably the worst conditions you can have. Slicks on a wet track. And there we go. The 5 red lights are going on out of nowhere. And the lights are out and we are on the way. And it's dry. It's not raining, it looks like. But Deep Ball has a very good start and immediately cuts across Iwardo, who can't attack Deep Ball into turn 1. Deep Ball remains in the lead of this race and there's yellow flags behind already. Cars going off. Josh Bosman is involved there. Oh, the title rivals are coming together already on the opening lap. But Deep Ball leads and as Alpha Hype while at the P2 is overtaken Wardy. Was trying to look for a move, almost 3 wide in the back as well with Simniak, Raiden. Ooh, big lap out there from the Mercedes driver. It's all going nice at the moment. And it's definitely raining. It's still raining. Raiden and Simniak going wheel to wheel. And the Williams driver is up into P4. Deep Ball has managed to hold on to the lead. Despite the difficult conditions, his 2 Ferraris are fighting for positions. 7 dead up to P6. Right behind the Mercedes. Oh, and there's contact and he spins him round. Oh, and that's an absolute disaster there. Going for a gap that really exists there, but he's paid the price because he's down to P20 as Rip Brennan has had a moment as well, doubling down to the field, Rindeveld field. Alpha Hype wall. It's really quick at the moment. It's raining, but they're not pitting yet for intermediate, so slicks seem to be the faster tire. The ball is leading, but Alpha Hype wall is looking very pacey. Right behind the championship leader. Looking on the inside, not going for the move just yet. Stepping throughout the field, the 2 Alpines here fighting it out with the Alfa Romeo of Nearly Psycho. Oh, and Josh Bosman getting a push there from the Alfa Romeo. Andy for the win is gone for this set of hearts, so he's not doesn't believe that it's gonna rain hard enough for intermediates. Staying out on the slicks. Now Deep Paul is getting into a rhythm. He's created a few tenths of a gap, but 5 tenths at the moment. Wardy is staying close to the Mercedes ahead. Is he gonna go for the move? Rain is getting heavier and heavier. Well, with the fastest lap, DRS is probably gonna be enabled. Assume, yes it is, DRS enabled. It's behind Madman up at the P4, getting past the Williams of Raiden. He's on the mediums. They're both on the mediums actually. And the top 3 are all on the softs as Alpha Hype Wall goes to the inside on Deep Paul. They're going wheel to wheel on Alpha Hype Wall. Is he going to take the lead? Deep Paul still hangs it on around the outside. Deep Paul manages to hold on to that lead for now. But he's very much under pressure from the Mercedes behind. Looking on the inside, but couldn't quite get traction coming out of the hairpin. Well, with the wider line was able to stay ahead. Quite a few drivers are on the mediums and on the softs. And Wardy is once again very close to the back of the Mercedes, but he doesn't seem to have the straight line speed that Ivar Wall has, because he's closing, and there he goes to the inside into turn 1. And he takes the lead away from Deep Paul, but they're going wheel to wheel again on the exit. Whoa, Deep Paul onto the curb there. Oh, that's very close to contact, and there is contact. Deep Paul and Ivar Wall fighting it out, and now Ivardi is going to go for the move as well. 2 championship rivals are going 3 wide into the hairpin, and Wardy is going to take the 2 of them. Is he going to go for the lead? Now he's side by side with Deep Paul on the exit. Side by side for the championship into turn 8, and Wardy is taking the lead. He's taken both of the positions from P3 to P1. Incredible stuff. A5 Wall down to P3. And this is absolutely crucial for the championship. Wardy is so many points behind. He needs to get a good result. He needs to finish ahead of Deep Paul tonight. And at the moment he's doing that. Not on inters yet. No, they're all staying out on the slicks. Oh, and Paul is looking to fight back. He's looking to re-overtake his rival. And on the main straight, with the help of DRS, he easily gets past. Back into the lead of the race. Oh, but he had a moment on the exit of turn 1, and there comes Wardy around the outside of turn 3. Can he make it work? Running a bit wide. Now it's the inside line for the next turn. Oh, and there's contact between the 2 of them, and Alpha Hope Wall. Is he going to go for both positions? 3 wide once again, and Alpha Hope Wall takes both of the positions into P1. What is going on? Oh, Deep Paul almost losing it on the exit as well. Absolute chaos at the moment. The drivers are absolutely fighting it out right now. Meanwhile, it's still pouring it down. Everyone is still on the slicks. Inters are not faster. It's very tricky conditions. Ball with a bit of a wide line. And Wardy is looking on the outside. Knows he isn't going to be able to overtake there. Very close to his rival at the moment. Now Paul has to run on the main straight, and with the help of DRS he is going to retake the lead on lap 6. Paul back into the lead, and crucially he's got a car between himself and his championship rival. Now once again, Alpha High Ball will have the DRS. He's not going for the move. Staying behind for the time being. Meanwhile, because these three are fighting it out, Madman has closed the gap on the mediums. And he's now within DRS range of the three ahead. I wonder if the softs are falling off soon. Of time there on the exit of turn 8, but he's getting close to them. A bit of a poor exit from the Mercedes. Already right behind him in his gearbox. Overtakes happening all throughout the field. And Wardy's right behind him. Oh, and a big moment through the final corner. Tucked under the rear wing of the Mercedes head and losing all grip mid-corner. As it's getting wetter and wetter. Stan Cannon in the McLaren is up to P6, starting from P10. Making the moves. Fighting it out as well here, Bob in P10 with Simniak and Frame as well on the Red Bull. Go up the inside of the hairpin. Tops versus mediums, Frame versus Simniak. And they're gonna go wheel to wheel through this turn. It's very tricky to go wheel to wheel through there, but ooh, it's very close stuff. But hang it round the outside. Can you do it? Yes, you can. Ooh, bit of contact, I think. And Sly's gonna say thank you very much. I'll take the position as he's up into P12. Meanwhile, Wardy is still once again right behind the Mercedes. He's dropped out of DRS of Paul. A bit more cautiously this time. And sure, he's going to go for the move this time out. No DRS for the Mercedes. There is DRS for the Alfa Romeo, and Wardy is back into P2. Now he has to chase after TBT Paul. It's created a 1 second gap. NASCAR's fighting out as well. Oh, and Wardy is getting re-overtaken by the Mercedes into turn 5. Maybe had a bit of a poor exit coming out of 4. Because Alpha High Wall is back into P2. This is all playing into the hands of Paul, who's driving away at the front. 1.4 seconds is the gap, 1.5. As long as these two keep fighting, he's gonna extend that gap. Not only in this race, but in the championship as well. When there is the first driver on intermediates, 7 Dad has switched his set of slicks for a set of intermediates, and we're going to keep an eye out on his lap times. Just like the previous 2 laps, Wardy is right behind Mercedes, and with the help of DRS, he's going to be able to re-overtake him for P2, but now he has to stay there. Back into P2, and you know what? 7 Dad is pretty quick on these inters. He's closing the gap to the cars ahead rather quickly. Now there's more cars into the pit lane. Ooh, we're running a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That's very unfortunate. Now these drivers are gonna go onto a set of inters. Yes, they are. Is this the turnover point? 7 Dad is gonna overtake both of them. 12 seconds behind nearly Psycho in the Alfa Romeo. That gap is coming down very quickly. Another second gain there, will be a moment on the exit. Inter do seem look to be faster. Iwardi is finally broken away from IFI Ball. Ball is staying out, so is Wardy, so these drivers don't think that the Inters are faster just yet. .6 is now the gap between Paul and Wardy. The two Haas cars are going wheel to wheel into turn 1. It's not the first time they've been fighting. Material Germ losing out to his teammate, down to P8. Gonna be able to go for the move again with the help of DRS into turn 5. Nope, he's gonna stay behind for now. Big lockup from 10th Cannon. Could be a visual glitch. Oh, and Material Germ has lost the position. Oh my goodness me, Primus Storm. Oh, big crash. And the safety car has been deployed. Safety car is out, and that's very unfortunate for the drivers who just pitted into set of intermediates. Primus Storm right in front of Material Germ's eyes. That was unbelievably close. Are they all gonna pit onto a set of intermediates? They probably are. This is in the disadvantage of 7 Dead, Josh Bosman, Rip Brennan. It all already pitted. Now let's see, Paul going into the pit lane, obviously. Softs are pretty worn out at this point. Oh, Wardy's got a drive-through penalty? No way. Drive-through penalty for speeding on the safety car. Surely that's a glitch, or he didn't time it correctly, but that's gonna ruin his race completely. That is so unfortunate. And Paul's gone to a set of mediums as Wardy, and they're all going out on the set of slicks. So nobody believes that the intermediates are faster. So that's going to the pit lane as well. Josh Boschman making a very late call to go into the pit as well. So Inter's not faster. The eyes of Zimniak, because he has fitted the set of Inters. Same for Bob, S824 as well. Oh, and a lot of drivers actually. So pretty much the top 10 is still on slicks, or on a new set of slicks. Token Quack has stayed out on the set of mediums. I'm not sure why he will do that, but interesting decision. The rest of them have all pitted for a new set of tires. The majority to a set of intermediates, while the other half of the field is out on slicks. And we're gonna see the difference. That's gonna be very interesting, because that could spice things up in this race. The entire top 10 gets it wrong with the strategy. There could be very much opportunities for the rest of the field. Opportunities that Wardy does not have with his drive-through penalty. He will have to serve it after the safety car. It's gonna drop him down the order pretty much to the bottom of the field. So unfortunate for a driver who needed a good result tonight. And with his championship rifle, Paul in the lead. Looking to be a disappointing result. And Paul is gonna extend his lead once again. But there's still 21 laps to go, so anything can happen. Very much early days. Speeding in the pit lane. Oi, oi, oi. Gonna switch his set of mediums for a set of intermediates. No, it's a set of softs. So he's gonna pit again, for sure. Nine drivers are out on intermediates. Especially all 20 drivers are still in competition. What am I watching? Tier 1 could never. Both laps, still 20 drivers. Yeah, losing 2 positions. What's happened there? Gonna have one more lap behind the safety car. It looks to be raining quite heavily on my screen. They're still staying out on slicks. So Rip Bannon into the pit lane. Was on a set of intermediates. Now they're gonna go on a set of slicks. No, another set of intermediates. Not basically a free pit stop, because they won't lose any positions. I think the safety car will come in at the end of this lap. I think there's a limit to the amount of laps spent behind the safety car. So Nerip Cycle will have to get a move on. And he's going to go into the pit lane again. Going for the Jensen Button strategy with 6 pit stops or something, and he gets another 5 seconds time penalty for speeding the pit lane. He went so slowly into the pit lane and still managed to get one. That's it's impressive, honestly. Anyway, and it's serving one penalty and receiving another. Another set of intermediates. Safety car in this lap. He's miles behind the field. He's nearly getting lapped. But anyway, safety car restart. I'm gonna go back to green flag racing. And it's very tricky in these conditions. Especially this final corner, getting on the power. But without spinning out. Slicks, and he's gone, he's absolutely gapped Wardy. Oh, or does he have a safety car limiter? And now he's going, and there comes Wardy, putting it on side, overtaking him before the line. That surely must be a illegal overtake, and it is, as he gives the position back. Now we're gonna see the difference between the slicks and the intermediates, as the DPT Pole leads the way with the safety car restart. All going smoothly behind. Alpha Hype Wall getting back up into P3, overtaking the Duck and Quack, who is still out on those mediums since the start of the race. Getting overtaking as well. Behind, fighting it out, nearly 3 wide there, into the hairpin of turn 5. Oh, and there's a collision with 7 Death and Prima, who caused the previous safety car. Just wasn't involved as well. As Paul is comfortably in the lead by 0.8 of a second. And look at this, Bob is up at the P5 on the set of intermediates. This is going to be very interesting. Is he going to be able to be faster than the cars in front? SA24s, ooh, get a penalty, but he's on the intermediates as well. And he looks to be quicker. He looks to be quicker than the cars in front. Are the intermediates quicker than the set of slicks? Oh, and yeah, Wardy is going to serve his drive-through penalty. So unfortunate. It's going to promote Alpha well to P2, but not for long, because the Haas comes alongside and is up at the P2. 2 seconds to Paul. Is he going to be able to close that gap? 2.4 now. Where are the rest of the intermediate runners? Whoa, 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 whoa! Yeah, I was about to say, what was that from the Alpine, or I think so, but because Raiden has been spun around. Absolute kamikaze dive bombs happening there in turn 3. A bit too aggressive there, for my opinion. And fighting through the field. Right everywhere. So SA24 is not that much quicker than Paul, the opposite actually. He is losing time. Oh, collision, it's Material Germs. We collided with Duck on Quack. And they drop down the field. Oh, another spinner from Material Germ. Oh, he's not the only one. Because Josh Bosman has joined him in the same corner. Interesting stuff. 7 dead up into P11. He was P19 at one point in this race. He's fighting through the field. There comes Zimniak in the Mercedes up into P9, overtaking the Williams. Oh, and 7 dead is looking on the inside, and Williams has to go wide because of that. But 7 dead gets up to P10 regardless. Prime Storm to P11. Williams of Sly is dropping down the field, all the way down to P12. You hate to see it as Carnotaur goes for a move on frame. And that's him up at the P5. Was the lapped car of Andy right in the field. Oh, and it's it. What is happening in this race? 7 there is losing positions. He's at a moment as well. Chaos happening everywhere. And kind of struggling for grip as well. Paul is driving away at the front. 3.6 seconds gap to the house of SA24 and P2, who's got a time penalty as well. Alpha high wall on the softs. We'll have to pit again. You show the tires, please. Yes, I can. Here we go. Paul leading on mediums. As Simnia goes into the pit lane, same goes for Prime Storm and 7 dead. No, not 7 dead. Sly and Williams as well. And Josh Boschman as well. And he's retired from the race in the pit lane. He's given up. And the intermediate runners are swapping their tires for saddle slicks. The intermediates were quick, but not for long. Actually looks to be drying up as well. No more rain. SA24 is dropping behind. The intermediates are no longer the quicker tire. Wonder if he's going to go into the pit lane this lap. Yes he is. Same goes for Bob. And the other intermediate runners are going to go do the same. Now it's Paul out of the lead. 6.5 second gap to Alpha Height Wall. Gonna be SR Frame in P3 in the Red Bull. Ahead of Madman and Tent Cannon in P5. Oh, Andy has had a moment. He's a lap down. Yes, SR Frame is in P3 at the moment. 14 positions gained from 17th on the grid. Right now in a podium position. Very impressive. A set of hearts, so he probably can go to the end of the race as Dokkan Quack is retired as well in pit lane. Good evening. Good evening, Imri. Batman going off track, and then Cannon says, thank you very much, I'll take the position up to P4. Just looking at the back of the Red Bull. That's a podium position. Paul's absolutely flooring it, he's very comfortable in P1, 7.5 seconds out in front. The gap is only growing lap after lap after lap. And there goes 10th Cannon for the podium position up into P3. 10th on the grid to P3 in the race right now with 14 laps to go. And she converted into the podium finish. Ooh, big slide into turn 3. Able to stay ahead of SR Frame. Not a big moment on the exit of turn 4 as well. Now Madman is going to be looking for that position. Right now in P5. To be quicker than the Red Bull ahead. Was dropped out of the US. Oh, as he gets a time penalty for multiple warnings. Track limits. Frame gets into a D. DRS again as Alpha Hype Wall in the Mercedes comes into the pit lane. He was on a set of softs. And they were not going to last to the end of the race. And he's going to put on a new set of mediums. Which will get him through the end of the race. But where is he going to come out? Surely going to lose quite a few positions. Come out in, I think it's going to be P8. Or is it going to be lower? It's going to be very close. It's going to be lower. It's going to be P9. Just ahead of Bob. Bob has the a bit more momentum into turn 1. Couldn't find a way past. A P9 for the Mercedes at the moment. I'm sure we'll be able to fight back. To possibly a podium position. Oh, almost has a free pit stop advantage. 17.6 seconds. These mediums, surely they can't go to the end of the race. They will have to do 23 laps on these tires. That's gonna be possible, but yeah, I'm sure he can make a pit stop and out in a competitive position. Well, I haven't really talked about him much, but Iwardis fought his way back up at the P6 after that drive-through penalty during the safety car. Dropped him all the way down the order, but he's fought his way back to P6. But good effort by the Alfa Romeo driver. And wheel to wheel stop once again, and Raiden in the Williams is up at the P4, getting past Madman in the Ferrari. The hard compound tire as well. It's Raiden into P4. Space is looking pretty quick. At a moment. Not sure who it was. In turn 5. In the Williams is looking for another podium position. He's P3 in the championship. Looking to extend his advantage over 7 Dad, who was 4th in the championship, but he's 12th in this race, so gain a lot of points as Alfa won with the fastest lap on his new set of mediums as Raiden tries to go around the outside of turn 4 and he makes it work with a beautiful move. up at the P3 into the podium positions. And lots of drivers getting penalties throughout the field. White wall is now right behind Cyril German de Haas. Overtaking his teammate. Ooh, and he runs a bit deep into turn 8. I think he was getting a bit too close to the back of de Haas. Looking to get past very shortly. Because then it's going to be a very big gap to Wardy and P6 and the drivers ahead. Way up to P2. He's going to get past. With the help of DRS. Turn P8 into P7. Rather easily. Raiden in the Williams is closing the gap. Closing the gap to 10th Cannon. He's hungry for that P2. Looking to go for a move into turn 6 or 7. It's always going to be a dangerous place to overtake. Oh, and I think he slightly touched the back of Zimniak. Unsettled the car. And now he's going to dive it up the inside. And that is going to be P11. Oh, and they make contact. And they're almost heading into the wall. That's not the first time that we've seen such a collision in this race. It's a very interesting roll there by Zimniak, who doesn't even get a penalty for it. In 7 dead, dropping down the order down to P15 and 16. As I missed the fact that Raiden has taken P2 now in this race. Overtaking 10th Cannon in the Williams and looking to drive away, but it's not gonna be easy. Sun is coming out as well. It was raining earlier in this race. It's getting sunny. Track temperatures heating up. 21.8 seconds is the gap for P1. And as I say that, Paul is going into the pit lane. Probably for a new set of softs. We'll certainly get to the end of the race. Only 8 laps remaining after this one. As our frame has lost the DRS to 10th Cannon. And he's now got Madman and Wardy behind him. Madman is gonna go for the move. He's gonna up to P4. And Deep Paul is not getting out. He's getting out behind his entire group. Just ahead of Madman. Sure will be able to stay ahead despite the colder tires. So P3 it is for the championship leader. 3 for now. We see Raiden leading this race in the Williams. You love to see it. Probably won't be for long, but we'll enjoy it for now. Oh, there comes Paul up at the P2 already in this lap, overtaking 10th Cannon. As I was enjoying a nice view, my Williams teammate. At this moment, he's not gonna lead a lap. Paul's gonna overtake him before the line. Or is he? No, he's not. One lap led for Williams and Raiden. It's gonna stay at 1. As Paul takes the lead on lap 26. And he's gonna drive off into the distance. Towards victory. Fighting in the right, whoa, and slide. The Williams has been spun around by Prima and Rip Brennan, who are making it 3 wide into turn 3. Yeah, that's never gonna work out. And you saw it. A 7 that Taste, thank you very much. He's up at the P13. So unfortunate for the Williams driver, getting bullied out of the way. Doing absolutely nothing wrong. Seven that's sending it up the inside once again at this turn. This time he's not gonna go into the gravel trap. P12 it is. Now Prime Storm with Brennan fighting it out once again. Oh, when they make contact, this time there's no Williams to take out, so they take it out of each other at the moment. Oh, and 10th Cannon is up at the P2, overtaking Raiden. Darren Driver is up into 2nd place. I'm Storm and Rip Brennan fighting it out once again. Not gonna send it to the inside, I hope it's a turn 1. Oh, bit of contact, which sends the Aston Martin off the track. Push the pass there from Prima Storm is up at the P13. Questionable racecraft from some of these drivers, but that's up to the stewards to decide. I'm very neutral. Oh, what's happened now? Zimniak has had a moment. How did he end up there? Well, he spun around. Mercedes driver down to P15. They focus on the front of the field again. And it's Wardy who's at the back of Raiden, who's flashing his rear light, indicating that he's got no ERS remaining in the battery. Despite that, Wardy's not going to be able to go for the move. Here is Alpha Hype Wall. He's in P7, but he's closed the gap to the cars in front. The 7-second gap at one point. Now it's under a second as Wardy goes for the move into turn 5. And Raiden can't do anything to defend, although a big moment on the exit can for sure, because Raiden back up into P3. Oh, he's down to P4. Oh, big moment there as well. Turn 8. Alfa Romeo driver struggling for grip. And his championship rival is driving off the distance into another victory. 5 laps remaining in this race. Surely nothing can go wrong from here. He's gonna try it again. And the Williams has got insane straight line speed. He's not even able to get alongside him. Now then, into turn 3, maybe on the inside. Whoa. Aggressive stuff. Watch out. And there goes Alfa while making contact, I think, with SR Frame, but he's up to P6 now, the Mercedes driver. Can he close the gap to the podium runners? He was there at one point in this race. Still got over 3 seconds to close. First he needs to find a way past Madman. Probably in P5. Wardy looking very close once again behind the Williams. Can't do anything if the Williams has DRS. It is running such low wings that Ward is unable to get past him. Who actually drives away on the straight. Absolutely nothing he can do. And there comes Alpha Hype Wall making the move into turn 1. He's up at the P5. Now he's got 4 seconds to close with 4 laps to go. Can he do it? Well, closing the gap is one thing, but overtaking is another thing. I don't think that these drivers will let him pass that easily. Oh, retirement. Zimniak is out in pit lane. Seven dead and out of fighting it out. Oh, 7 dead running wide, coming out of turn 5. So, Dirty Psycho has another moment in this race. It's pretty much a lost cause at this point. And Alpha Highball, he's not closing the gap, you know. The gap is still 4 seconds. But that podium is not going to come to him. Unless these 3 start fighting it out. Raiden is looking very, very close to the back of the McLaren. 3 laps to go in this race. Here he comes, Raiden up the inside to the turn 5. But then Cannon lets him past. Playing it strategically. But if she's gonna fight him here, she's gonna lose a lot of time. Better wait for the next straight to re-overtake, although the Williams has the top speed advantage. Two of them have any ERS left in the battery. Oh, big moment on the exit as well. Turn 10. Body is right behind her. Really pushing it through the corner. It looks to me that Wardy is running higher wings than these drivers. On to the penultimate lap of this race. Ball is out in front. Comfortably 12 seconds ahead. But the real fight here is for P2. Boy, he's looking. Is he gonna go for the move? It's turn 5. No, he's not. Staying behind for now. So close behind the McLaren. On the exit. Oh, and it's who is spun? It's Primus Storm is spun. First moment he's had in this race. Down to P13. Seven dead. Spitted. Presumably going for the fastest lap in the race. One lap to do so. 40 once again. Pushing 10 Cannon through the corner. But as you're about to see on the exit, the McLaren just drives away. And we're now on the final lap of the race. Paul is leading, but who is going to finish second? 10 Cannon is closing in, but not quite close enough. Probably the only opportunity left is on this next straight. 4 tenths is the gap. Don't think she's going to be close enough to go for the move. No, she's not, so it's P3 for now, and there goes Wardy up the inside of turn 5 with the last possible opportunity, and Wardy takes the position, podium position away, or does he? because he has a poor exit, and now they're going wheel to wheel into turns 6, 7 and 8. Whoa, running over the curb there. And the McLaren is down to P4, losing the position on the final lap of the race. At the front end, Deputy Paul, who started on pole position, he's managed throughout this entire race. And as he comes through the final corner, he's gonna cross the line for yet another victory as Paul wins in Portugal in dominant fashion, 15 seconds nearly ahead. And it's gonna be a beautiful P2 for the Williams driver Raiden as well. Nearly beating. Well, he is beating Iwardi to P3. Tent Cannon has to settle for 4th. Alpha Iwal in the end only P5. So Frame and Red Bull will take P6 away from Madman, who had a time penalty. SA24 in the Haas will take P8 ahead of Bob and P9. Material Germ will take the final point. Oh, a nice spinning across the finish line, and will 7 Dad take the fastest lap? I'm not sure who has it at the moment. Yeah, will take it away from Deputy Paul. 18-7 to beat. We'll take that 1 point away from Deputy Paul. It's gonna be P15. It's not good enough for the fastest lap. 19-6. Right. Paul is victorious once again, and he's extending his championship lead with a further 11 points over Wardy. Will be 43 points ahead in the championship. AlphaTauri will extend the championship lead as well, as we see the podium. Well done to everyone. And here's the final result: 26 points for Paul. Laid out on the slicks in the wet conditions. It paid off. Anyway, thanks everyone for tuning in. That is it for tonight. Hope you all have a nice evening, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao, ciao.